and had been enchanted and was going to be the next head of that particular little order. So we had Havati track it with his expert nose, which he did very well. On the way, my character got into some interesting hijinks. I tried to pickpocket a giant, failed but didn't get caught. I did, however, get on the back of a moving caravan in broad daylight and rob it blind without anyone noticing, which was probably my greatest hour. Then we went to a castle where a lot of nobles were having a party to Bast, and Bast parties are well known for their drink, merriment, and all kinds of stuff going on there. And of course, the place was riddled with cats. After a little bit of investigating, we went behind the castle into the woods, and in the woods there we ran into some were-rats who we fought. One of which we slew outright. One tried to escape and was slain. The last one got knocked out, put to sleep actually by our enchanter, and then managed to escape his bonds mysteriously.
I don't think it was too mysteriously.
Again, we have an issue with the thief.
Call out the issue. What went wrong? Nothing.
Okay, I see. Good role play and some mysteries involved in the telling, I think, there. Not a candid narrator at all points.
The rat agreed to meet me at 12 midnight the next day. I assume my character met with the rat and got him employed by the Brotherhood, so to speak. Got him a job.
Hey, wait, what? You
hired a were-rat.
Yeah, what happened was the were-rat was put to sleep, and we were all fighting the other ones and getting rid of them. And to be fair, Havati the dog did some serious damage to these were-rats. It was quite scary. While everyone was fighting, I woke the rat up, obviously went through his pockets, because why not? And I made a deal with him. And the deal was...
in the middle of the fight?
Yeah? Well, not really. It wasn't really a fight, because one had already run off, and the other one was being chased down, and the dog had already chased them way out.
Yeah, it was in a large forest, so
Yeah.
it was sort of dispersed in different clearings through the woods.
Yeah, so while that was all going on, I had a discussion with the were-rat about his future or lack of it. He obviously decided that being in the employment of the Brotherhood is a better alternative than having a giant dog gnaw on his face.
Yeah, it seems like it's a good employment decision.
All right, let me wrap up a couple of things episodically. So again, episodic, I think you guys know what that means, but there's different TV shows that have this style, some more than others. King Ku went off on his own, the deposed King Ku, and managed to resolve a complicated murder, mystery, and theft in which his ring was stolen from him, and then the thief was murdered, and someone else stole the ring, and then it was pawned off to a fence, and then it was sold to a powerful person, and then it was stolen from that powerful person by someone else, and eventually Ku tracked it down and recovered his ring and came back. As well, after the adventure of hunting Chibakit, going to find Chibakit, you guys made a friend with this holy cat, and the holy cat was returned to the Temple of the Sun. There are 3 temples in the downtown of the city of Hirakote, where our adventure is taking place, and the downtown is populated with many species, but primarily very noticeably, there are some giants there. So you meet a number of giants, as well as Rakasta, which are cat people, as well as humans, halflings, dwarves, and others. Dogs and cats. Cats are especially revered in the town, and there are quite a few of them. You see those around. You guys managed to return Chibakit to the Temple of the Sun, where Nefrifri, what's her name, Lex? Neferi, yes, points out that how much the kitten seems to have taken a liking to you all. Chibakit has. So you can elect to take Chibakit with you, or he might follow you on your adventures anyway. Okay. Apparently, you guys do go and talk to the temple keeper, and you receive just rewards, which includes lodging, healing, and 100 gold pieces for each participant who was demanding of a cash payment. So,
I don't want a cash payment. What can we get instead?
You can get potions of healing instead.
Hmm.
One
We're gonna
potion
die
of
anyway, so
healing.
I guess that's useless.
Yeah, it might be a while till you die in this. I don't know. We'll see. You don't want to die early. You want to die. You want to die entombed in some sort of sacred place so that your spirit can continue to haunt this land for 2,000 years and bring some sort of mechanical benefits to your descendants.
Oh,
I have
so
faith
we're
the
talking
berserking
IRL.
dwarf can heal us.
So basically, what you want us to do is to run into one of the sacred temples and then commit suicide.
No.
Yeah, this is how we get the
No.
main campaign started really quickly and freak gold out. Go into the Temple of Set, which is evil, and mass
Everybody die.
suicide, and then be like, okay, quick, now run the main game.
Everybody drinks the Kool-Aid in there. Drink this blood.
I think.
Okay, Jim Jones.
I would go last just to make sure that you all went first.
Ew, what is that?
Blood.
That's
It's the-
disgusting.
The blood of your ancestors.
That's gotta have tomatoes in it. That's disgusting.
Blood of your ancestors. There it
Devil
is.
fruit. Is that beet juice or something?
There is some beet in it.
Ooh.
There's some beat in it.
It's got a
Health
good
food.
beat, and I can dance to it.
I mean, Chris has nothing but beer and noodles, and you've got beet juice and health food over there.
Yeah, it's got like flax oil and turmeric in it.
Ew,
It's spicy.
man. How does that not?
Whew,
Hey,
it's
you
good.
know, some of us like eating healthy.
No rush to main campaign. This is the prelude campaign. This is the pre-campaign, but this sets a lot of like underground context for the next upcoming series of characters. So yeah, there's each character should have some adventures and some motives and some. Have you guys seen the Family Circus? It's a It's an old comic in the comics in the newspaper. Like it's a famous old one. And they do a little thing with the dotted line.
Yes.
Sometimes they do the dotted line ones. So you guys need to dotted line around a lot of these maps and have the footprints that the ancestors have trodden to be upon the land before the sands of time come in and oversand this entire place. So Ku has completed his quest to. He hasn't completed his lifelong quest to return to the islands to the north and become reinstalled as the king, but he has at least recovered the jewelry that is sacramentally or symbolically necessary for him to have the possibility of recovering his throne someday.
Sacramentally, like the wafers you eat at church.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
like
is
that.
a sacrament, but
Yeah. I don't know if it's anyway.
Yeah, but they're
it's the
symbolic.
symbol of office. He's
Yep.
recovered his symbol of office. So that adventure is wrapped up and completed. The adventure for Chibikit is wrapped up and completed, and you've returned Chibikit to the Temple of the Sun where you've been paid. So I want to make sure you guys get a little cash on your character sheets. So people like Haedrig and Adrian write plus 100 GP. Or take plus 1 potion of healing.
good choice.
The dog. Havarti, how do you deal with your wages?
Lex just gathers them for me and puts them away in a safe place.
Okay. So Lex, on behalf of the dog's earnings, you can add plus 100 GP to the party loot. Lex, you yourself, you're free to take the payment. You know, if you did it just to save Chibikit, that's fine too.
Yeah, she doesn't take any payment.
Ku, you come back after recovering your ring with another 100 gold pieces that you managed to win. Did you win this in arm wrestling matches while you were out, or off the bodies of your opponents?
I would have clearly taken it from the fallen bodies of my opponents.
Okay. You come back with your complete set of symbolic jewelry and 100 gold pieces, having
Perfect.
probably encountered some bandits and things along the way in a long chain of tracking down your ring. Haedrig,
So,
starting today's adventure, the cue of today's adventure in a large way is, and you guys will meet up with your lizard man friend Irritex today. That you haven't seen him for a few weeks either. He's been doing lizardy stuff out in the wilderness.
He's been in a lizard spa.
He's the one thing I can tell you, Irritex, is you probably have seen some eagles. You saw some eagles.
some eagles.
Wow. Cool.
You saw two kinds of eagles, and I will whisper them to you right now, Eric. Irritex.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
And
I see.
okay. There's two things that you saw in the past amount of time since you've been out in the wilderness to the west of town. But when the party gets out west today, when they leave the city, they'll encounter you again, and you rejoin the party at that point. So my question to Haedrig
Is your inch angry?
so you're kind of like a barbarian cleric, right?
Yar.
Yar, you do like cleric-y things?
Yeah, man.
Have you got a weapon?
Uh-huh.
What kind?
Battle axe.
Cool. Have you ever hit
Holy
anybody
crap.
with it in the history of the game so far? For real?
I think I smacked one of the thieves for something. Or maybe
Okay.
one of the rat guys.
Okay. Have you had any misses also? Have you swung any misses?
Probably.
I think you missed a rat.
Yeah, I probably missed the same word rat.
When you go back to the Dwarven bunker, there's some discussion amongst the barbarians, the fellow barbarians, the few that have made it here to town. Some people that share your kinship from the south, and they speak of an axe that is sort of an heirloom amongst the people. For it is a higher quality axe that helps you hit people a little bit better. So it's kind of a masterworked dwarven axe from the dwarves of the southern tribe. You probably would be able to improve your hit percentage with that and serve your dwarven god all the better if you could recover this particular axe. But according to the rumors of the dwarves, it was taken from some of your fallen dwarven mates as they were migrating to the north about a year ago or several months ago. Over the course of a year that ended up about a couple months ago when the caravan finally arrived at the city of Hirakote, but many did not survive the journey. Isn't that right?
As normal.
Yeah. So
Come on,
an
it's just
encounter
loose.
with a tribe of dog people, some dog men, are known to have slain some of the barbarian dwarves on the way north at a certain point along your journey. From the southern part of the continent to here, but closer to here, closer to the city, but out in what would be called the Hinterlands. A map that is not the metropolis city with all the big buildings. A map with much more acreage to it that goes off far into different environments and territories. So many miles, but not, you traveled hundreds of miles, but the map will only extend for, 25 miles out of town or so, but some distance out of town, way out of town. Some dog people succeeded in killing some of the dwarves on the way up here, and it is thought by your fellow dwarven friends in the bunker that those gnolls may have obtained a sort of a special axe, a really well-made axe from the history of your community.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to have to go put our smack down on them.
So, you decide that you do want to recover that axe after all, and you recruit a party to go with you in your mission. Who will you take?
Well, we're all rolling gangster style. So, I hear of this whisper speaking of an artifact of power stolen from my people. And I'm like, bros, we must gather and seek out this weapon. Oh, we get to kill and steal a bunch of stuff too. Who's in?
You guys happen to have congregated around the western gate of the city. As the dwarf says this to you.
Well, you know, my friend Haedrig, I'm completely on your side. We have been loyal companions since my first arrival in this horrifying, landlocked, sand-filled city. So I have your shield at your left side.
You're approached by a female. She looks like she could be partially a fox. She looks like the picture, actually, which is handy. She's dressed all in leathers. She has a sword on her belt, and she walks over to you, and she says, "You made a stir in the city. I represent certain invested people who wish to watch and see what you are made of. The Brotherhood, you may have heard of us. I will come help you. It sounds like you need help. Perhaps you could use my skills."
Just kind of sitting there
down
looking
at
at you, and you
Haedrig.
just kind of go,
Yeah. What can you do?
"Nah." You can tag along if you want. But no one touches the axe.
I would never dream in taking an axe from a dwarf. I like my head where it is.
Ooh, I like this one.
Yeah, that seems fair.
You, Toga Boy, you want to come?
Sure. For a favor to be named later.
Dwarves.
Where's the
have
dog?
long
Is the
memories.
dog coming?
He didn't say anything, but he goes wherever Lex goes.
I know he can say something.
Woof.
You know, but your character.
Bark. You're like roof. Something. Ah, shit. All right. Yeah. So then we'll do the thing. So wait, who else is there? All right.
Okay, have we got all members in? I guess, let's see. You do run back into Irritex. He's a burly lizard man with some feathers on his outfit, and he kind of comes out of a muddy part of the woods here on the western side of town.
Well, since we're recruiting everybody, why don't we just take everybody? You, Leather Boy, get over here.
Oh, lumber so over slowly. What is it?
You need a job? Come on.
Okay.
I'm going to give you guys a free peep of the overall city map. If you were to super zoom out right now, you would see the parts of the city that you've covered. I'm going to go ahead and give you this illustration just for context and wows. So it's a really big city. I'm waiting for Lex to be where you don't need to be typing when I do it, because here we go. Ready?
Whoa, that is
It may take it a second to load up. I don't know. Different people's computers. Okay. Some of you can remember where, which parts of the city you've been to. You've been to in the western city, you've been a little bit in the center of downtown, and you've been across the river to the east city and up to the north to a castle in the woods over there. But you haven't by any means covered the entire city. Huge city. Lots to do. But today, Haedrig, your dwarf, has informed you that according to his people, there's a place some miles to the south of the city that requires a sort of an out-of-town adventure into the Hinterlands. Most people have said they're down with that. And the only clue I'll give you on direction solid is it's in an area that's closer to the desert, so it's a little bit more desertified. You will see some grass and some trees, but it'll start to look kind of canyon-like and sandy and deserty, and it'll have some caves and some cliff walls, which is one of those caves that's described to you by your dwarven mates is One of those caves probably contains some kind of like a knoll lair. And you feel like you know where it is. So it's basically to the southwest of here. It will basically be on the near the southwestern 1/9. Like if you divide the whole map up into 9, so 3 by 3, it would be down in the bottom, the third one down, and the first one over on the left square of the total map acreage. It's not all the way at the corner, but somewhere in that western desert. So you might notice, like here on the map, the western road as you're leaving the city. There is a huge sign on the map here that says "this way too." So things that are off this way that you've encountered before: the cabin with the games with the guy with the purple hoodie, the Empty Mug Inn where Takesha has left some chalk marks and unlocked windows, and where you guys met a dwarf who was the brother of someone who stole Ku's ring. There's the
We
Conway.
go to the desert, don't we?
Yeah, you're going to go out to the desert, which is listed here. So there's the Conway Blacksmith and Store. There's smaller town. Okay, here's what you're going to get to as you go out that way. You're going to encounter smaller towns and manors in the hinterlands, and then eventually the growing, nearing desert edge. So with all that said, I think I'll take this party that's positioned here and take you guys to the next map that's to the west, and we'll go from there. In other words, the first...
2 or 3 water skins and then like about a week's worth of dry food.
Awesome.
Does the blacksmith have any bows and arrows?
Yeah, he can sell you bow and arrow.
Okay, I'll buy a short bow and a quiver of arrows.
Awesome. Let's go with the bow costing 10 and the arrows costing 1 each.
Mm-hmm. Also,
so whether you want 12 or 24 arrows or whatever.
Okay, cool.
You charge yourself about 30 GP or something for that.
No problem. I'll buy 2 gourds worth of water, which should be a couple of days worth, and also enough water for the cat as well, which I'll be holding.
Okay. Chibikit is coming with you.
Yes, I'm going to look after Chibikit.
Okay.
Fucking cat.
We have a cat and a dog.
Yep.
Yeah, and a lizard.
Man.
Cat, dog, and
whatever.
What the hell?
I don't differentiate lizards based on their gender. I'm just saying it's a very tall lizard.
I don't even know if you can gender a lizard by sight.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I can. Fuck are
Oh,
talking
you
about?
can.
You kind of have to stick your fingers in them. If you want to, you're welcome to.
You definitely can with Eric's character. He's very masculine.
I don't want to know what that means. I hope you're wearing a loincloth, though.
No,
I'm
he's
not
letting
sure, actually.
Mingle freely.
It is hot.
Very hot.
It is hot.
Loincloth
Oh,
is
good
confirmed
I can see it right there.
in both the graphic and the token.
That's how you can tell you're a boy.
But you can see he's, he's got, muscular, broad shoulders and just,
Very muscular shoulders.
I don't know. If you knew anything about his culture, he's probably also wearing things that indicate that he's masculine. He's aspiring, not that women can't do this, or lizard folk women, but he's aspiring to, he's in a particular order of warriors. He's aspiring to a certain rank. And so he's wearing like symbols and, tooths on a necklace and things like that.
Do we even know if lizard folk have sex? Maybe they're all the same sex and they just like lay eggs and.
Nope. They're males and females. Solid could probably speak to it. You guys had a lot of lizard man encounters in the last campaign, which was in the same world. There was this swamp that had a lizard lair, like a powerful lizard community, and Chris and Solid were both there. Irritex, Adrian, Havardi, if you guys feel ready, come over here to the meeting place. Move to the west to the central meeting place.
Gold?
Yeah.
Yes. So me feel a bit confused, right?
Okay, sure.
Considering at start of a game we were severely limited on equipment. So basically you would require to acquire basic survival gear.
Okay.
Because at the complete start. We weren't given any.
Okay. So you want to? I'll say that you weren't here for this to get covered, maybe, but along with others, you have managed to scrape together 100 gold pieces worth of wealth in your last few weeks of time in the swamp. How would you have obtained this wealth? Have you went fishing and sold the fish, or stolen the money from someone, or found it on dead bodies?
Probably doing meaningless tasks for meaningless people.
Okay, really? All right. You've accomplished some meaningless tasks and been paid 100 gold pieces. So you have that, and with that, how do you wish to obtain the survival gear? Are you
some kind of general store?
Civilized and able to speak common enough that you want to go into the general store?
That's safe, firm.
Okay.
So
I will. If you can walk your token up near the door of that general store, I will. I'm in a different window right now, but as soon as I get ready,
that's
I will
the
let
one
you
in the middle.
It's got a little sign in front of it that makes it look like a general store. It's right here. Yeah, it's very close to you on the map. You're very near there.
Is it the one with like the black pouch on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black
Okay.
pouch indicates general store.
You want me to go inside it?
No, you wanted to go inside it.
Yeah, but like token.
Yes. Okay, I will open it up for you.
Right.
All right, you can now see it. And Lex, I'm just pinging you so the stream can see what Irritex is doing. Oh gosh, I should have put tokens in here for the shopkeepers, but there are human shopkeepers in here. There's a man and a woman shopkeeper in here. And they sell lots of general store supplies. And they say, oh my, burly lizard folk, where have you, we don't see that many of your kind around here. Where have you come from?
All right, I'm a bit rusty on the destination, but it's northwest, right?
Oh, your jungle?
Yeah.
I think your jungle is actually southeast. You got it exactly upside down. Southeast. Right. It's basically east. It's east and south some.
Yeah, so southeast. Right.
So we're in a location now that's kind of more like Darwin, Australia, I think, or like Alexandria, Egypt. So we're kind of north coast right now, and the jungle is on the eastern side of.
Yeah. I'm just a bit rusty on that. I come from the land of my people.
Man, you should have said you come from the land down under.
They say, all right. They say you look like a poor lost lizard man of great potential. I can see that you have the warrior spirit, but you have been engaging in probably menial jobs. Outfit yourself with some excellent survival gear here from Rusty's, and find some adventurers to brighten your spirit, and find a place to use that spear, but not here.
Okay, I came in here to do what said.
That's up to you, man. I think you basically said you wanted to buy some survival gear, so that's totally cool. You can, get all the survival gear that you can afford. You can tell me what you're thinking, like if you wanted ropes, iron rations, water, chalk.
Can I just paste you a long list?
Sure.
All right.
I'll tell you if anything on it is not available, but or too expensive or something. But if it's all regular stuff, you're going to be able to get it all here.
I just realized the list is in Swedish.
That's cool. You can Luckily, we have a Swedish English translator.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. So we have the things I would like to buy is some kind of small knife.
Okay. That would be from the
uh,
blacksmith probably, but unless it's
right.
just like, okay, that's fine. You can get a small knife. Yep.
Just a sharp, small knife, like basic, just to use for cutting ropes or whatnot. Skinning,
Okay.
something like that.
You can add
a
that
sharp-
to your
a
character
sharp-
sheet and charge yourself
sharpening
1
tool?
gold piece for it.
Right. A sharpening tool, like I don't know what they're called.
Yeah. What is that called, guys? A grindstone, maybe, or a
Sharp.
Oh,
Yeah,
wet-
something like that.
whetstone? Whetstone. Yeah.
One of them is pretty small. The other one is super large. I can't remember which one is which. Well, those are important. Those are nice to have. I believe it's called a pry bar.
Like a crowbar? Yeah, a pry bar.
Yeah. A crowbar. A couple of just like a couple of bags, just regular bags.
Okay. Large sack, small sack. You got it.
Right.
Mhm. Yep.
You have a needle and thread.
Ooh. Yeah. Sure. Okay. That's creative. I don't see that one often. That's a good one.
Bits and scraps like rags. Just like broken clothes, broken pieces of clothing or like patches.
Now
Like-
you're making the DM think. I'm afraid you're like outsmarting me here with stuff, and it's going to be like a MacGyver situation. I'm like, the red dragon attracts, and he'll be like, I thread the needle and thread and use the fabric and kill the dragon somehow. Like, damn.
And then I'm not sure what it's called, but it's like a large like if you basically you take what's it called? Like it's in modern day it's like a plastic thing that you use to keep out the wind from like a wind shelter.
Tent.
I'm not sure what it's called though.
Keep going. Tent was Jesse's suggestion. I feel him on that. Not a tent? Is that what
Say
you're
again?
saying? Tent.
No, not a tent. It's just basically a tent, but it's not for setting up. It's just for like
Maybe it's a lean-to, or Salty McSalt said it's a canvas.
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
right.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go with canvas. So you get a tarp, a canvas tarp. You get that,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, there you go. That's the words I was seeking. Give me one moment.
Tarpaulin is another word for it. Andy said.
Yeah. Some kind of some kind of weight, like rock or
You can find those everywhere.
yeah.
You don't need
Obviously,
to, but this lady
Um,
does have a really special one though. It's a really heavy rock. It's probably got some lead in it or something, and it is 100 gold pieces.
not worth it.
Oh, okay.
Need
She offers you another one, and this one's only 10 gold pieces, and it's a little rock about 4 inches across, and it's got 2 little beady eyes on it, and she's painted a little smile on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like 4 decent rocks.
Okay, so 40 gold pieces, and she will paint you 4 pet rocks.
It's okay. I can resolve it through other means. But thank you.
Okay, she restocks the pet rocks back onto the shelf disappointedly. All right, you've got a great list of survival gear. Do you have anything else, Eric? Translate more.
I do, but I'm not sure if I should get it now. Like it contains stuff
Okay.
like a whistle, and then obviously
Ooh.
food stuff. I'm not sure. A whistle sounds like it would be very expensive though.
It does. It does seem like that would be expensive. I don't know what a
Right.
good price in this world for that would be. It might just be a 10 gold piece whistle. It might be a 50 gold piece whistle. I'm not sure how high tech that is. Yeah, I think they can make whistles though for sure. Definitely can make whistles. So 10 gold pieces.
Right. And like aside from that, there's a couple other things, but they're not really suitable for this environment. So yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Oh shit! No, I almost forgot. What are you called? Water skins?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So like 6 water skins. Because a water skin is enough for one day's worth, if I remember correctly.
Works.
But then you have to factor in the extra gain from the environment, right?
Indeed. Evaporation stuff, you mean? Or
You
just,
know,
from exercising?
I mean more like because the heat, you require more water. Plus, I technically need an entire water skin extra. By default,
really?
Because
Why is
of
that?
ratios.
That's your racial.
Yeah.
Ratios.
Go
I need to stay hydrated.
Yeah, tell me why.
Or yes, or I will get, or I will become very gamey and say I will get debuffs and eventually cease to exist in this world.
So you have to get water because the book says you have to get it. Okay.
Yes.
Otherwise he dries out because he's cold-blooded.
Oh, okay.
The desert is bad
Snakes
for
aren't
him.
wet, you know. They just look wet.
Well,
Very good, Eric.
That's true.
You
I
purchase
have
your
a snake.
supplies. Eric, roll a d20 plus 4.
hold on. Let's roll 20.
And compare it against
20.
your. This is going to go against your charisma. He's got a charisma of 13. D20 plus 4. Okay, you beat your charisma. Yeah, you successfully get the goods. You get the fair stated price. You get the correct change. You perform the correct etiquette, so that you remember to say thank you on the way out or whatever's needed for this. You don't mess it up as a lizard man in a foreign community.
Awesome.
So just take enough gold off your 100 to account for everything you bought. It sounded like you maybe bought 40 or 50 worth of stuff, or 60 maybe. And then please walk your token out to the meeting place. The entire party's out there waiting for you at the intersection.
Just 1 moment. Or if I have it. I'll just. All right. We're good to go.
Party's here. Okay, this is going to be the first time for us to go
As you wish, Haedrig. Lead on,
Legitimately.
friends.
legitimately off this map.
So we're all good. So let's.
Is there roads to the south and to the west?
Well, it looks like a road to the south that we can take, or
All right. I won't. I might make you walk your tokens. I don't know. I need to select the whole party and get ready to move them to the next map. But will you go the south way or the west way?
So I've lived here
the
pretty
circle
much
ones.
all my life. What, from my knowledge of the area, which way would I take?
DM forgets what happens if you go either way. Okay, I see it. I see it.
Because she knows that some of these people aren't desert dwellers, so I don't think going through the deep desert would be good for these people. She doesn't rate them that highly. One or two of them might succumb, so she's going to try and lead them down an easier path where it's not quite so deserty.
I understand your calculation. It's going to be kind of equal, somewhat equal either way. Both ways have got trees and roads until you get to the edge
Okay.
of the deserty area. If you go west, you're going to encounter more small towns and houses.
They have a summer.
I thought
Not really.
Yeah.
When I was in Sweden in the summer, it was like 40 degrees.
That wasn't summer.
Don't they have like IKEA computers?
Yes, at IKEA.
To get optimal performance out of your laptop, you have to get IKEA meatballs.
Say IKEA in Swedish again for us.
IKEA.
Here.
There we go.
You
Yeah,
could
no, that
just
was
you
good
could
though.
just strip the case off it and just stick it on a plank of wood. That way it won't electrocute you. Or
Yes, but
although yeah, if
that'll
it-
avoid the warranty.
that's true. I think you should definitely.
No.
Seeing as they
it
went with
doesn't.
even if you heat kill it, it's fine. I think you should do an experiment. I think you should see how far you can overclock it before it just bursts into flames.
Put it in the oven.
So, just a thing. Do you guys know what IKEA stands for?
No.
No.
It stands for Ingmar Kamprad Elementaryd Gunnar.
Does that mean?
Yeah, IKEA.
Yeah, IKEA.
What does that actually mean?
So you guys know who Ingmar?
No.
Founder.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
Yeah.
And then you have Elementaryd is
Good on that.
socken. It's like a village-ish. So the village where he grew up.
It's a village made of wood.
I'm pretty sure the buildings are of wood.
Yes.
So yeah. So he like the village of Elementaryd, like the county of.
I don't know what you're saying, bro, man.
Can
You
you
know, you,
can the village be
you
flat
gotta say
packed?
it American style.
Can you flat pack the entire village? That'd be amazing.
I'm not sure actually if you're able to flat pack entire village, but you're able to flat pack building. That's a thing that yes, placing insta building.
All right. What I go away for just a second, but I'm back now. Everything is fine. Everybody relax.
I'm chill.
I'm good.
I didn't even notice you.
I wish I could get the cameras to work properly, but other than that, I'm chill.
That's how chill you are, Eric. See, that's so good. That's good. Why can't your camera normally always works, Jesse? What's going on with it today?
Oh, my camera broke. I have to get it replaced, but I can't get everybody else's camera to work reliably.
I think there's only 3 of us that have cameras on. I think it's just myself, Gold, and Eric.
I've got mine on too.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't see Chris.
All right, I don't see that. Let me refresh.
Oh, I don't see Chris either. So, are you guys all sitting at a table right now?
No.
All right, now I don't see. Now I only see Gold. No, wait, now I see Eric. Okay.
Nope, I'm sitting in the bar with a bunch of other people taking shots.
Like in real
That-
life, I'm sitting at my desk.
That's why you have push to talk, right? So you're able to do that.
Should I go into GM mode and just spawn a load of monsters and we can fight them?
Woo!
Who wants to
By
fight
yourself?
a
That's the GM?
lich? Yeah, who wants to fight a lich? Let's do that.
Yeah, sure.
I like that. Yeah, sure. From the lizard man, while everyone else runs.
Yeah, I'll
I'll instantly
come
fail
on.
my save. We'll all fail our fear check because it's automatic for us at this level, and we'll just all run. Like, oh my god, a lich run!
Can I, so like before the battle starts, like when we like spot each other, Uber version of a make basically act like a beholder.
I can have an Ithalid riding a beholder if you want. Would you like that?
That would be fun.
I would like to see a picture of that.
Okay.
I'm not sure I would like to fight it though. I mean, I'm first level. I don't want to fight anything that I can't like line up, rows and like really just chop down.
We get the secret weapon no matter what you throw at us.
Like-
Got Broman's exploding laptop.
Right?
Thought you were gonna say dog pee.
You just toss that and it's GG.
No, we need to have a gif of Havarti when he beats an enemy, he dog humps it. No, bad dog, bad.
Oh, what the fuck? It actually exists. Wow.
Welcome to hell.
What actually exists?
He discovered porn.
No.
Oh, I remember those days.
Now you discovered monster porn.
Well, yes, that's a fine fair black beholder mod. That is cool.
Oh god.
I want to know how the fuck did they become friends?
Because magic.
Because the mind player got a critical success on his charisma.
No, you don't have to have a charisma check when you have psionics.
Yeah,
You can psionically
Oh.
dominate a creature,
that's true.
which is what mind players do.
But that's cheat.
It's not cheating, it's using your innate abilities to completely destroy PCs because PCs are shitty. Oh wait, no, I'm not the DM. I mean, yeah, those guys are cheating ass. You have to
Right?
wreck that.
Right?
I've got a sword though. They have no chance. All I need is an attack
Iffy.
or two.
Why?
Oh,
Like-
there's a kitty cat.
Like if we're talking someone who is using mind control abilities on you versus you having a sword, I think if you manage to get close to them without being detected, then you will probably take them down, considering stabbing them in the back.
Yeah, but with psionics it doesn't work like that. It's not like mind control abilities per se. It's a check. Like it's a contest, and then once you win, the person or being is like forever. Then
Yes,
you
psionics
don't
are
have to keep
busted.
going,
Oh
especially in second edition.
Yeah, they're hell.
god, that's awesome.
Okay, so
That's why most DMs don't use them.
Yeah, that's true. Most are like, hell no.
It's too easy.
So-
I mean, it's
so the psionics they attack the brain.
Mhm.
Yeah,
the psyche.
I hate
So
them.
basically, if you are a brain dead creature who's being controlled through magic, that's like their hard counter because they can't do anything but actually fight you,
Well, yeah, if they're mindless, it won't work. That's true.
right? Right? So
Well, if you're being mind controlled, you still have a mind. So it would be a domination check between the two mind control types.
okay, how about remote control,
What does that mean?
like a robot?
Well, how would they don't exist in second edition? So it's
No, but you can make with like a wish.
no, you can't. Wish spells have limits, which are clearly spelled out in the book. I should point out.
Anyway, wish spells
Okay.
have 50% screw you on them, so if you ask for something big, you're gonna get screwed.
Okay,
That's how most porn works.
For instance, to raise a stat point on a character sheet. Like if you want to raise a stat from 18 to 19, takes 10 wish spells. So there you go.
Right.
They're not quite as powerful as it sounds.
Mind taking.
How do we get on like mind control porn anyway?
We were just talking about how
I don't think anyone but you started talking about mind controlling pornography. But okay.
Yeah, we were talking about how an illithid could have a beholder as a mount, and that illithids utilize psionics for their attack.
And what does the beholder use?
The beholder has 10 separate weapons. Each one of the eye stalks is a weapon, and the central eye. But each one is different. They only do one thing, and the eye is a huge like anti-magic thing.
So wait, you said psionics and magic.
No.
Huh?
It's the banjo.
I'm sorry. Say again.
No. I just stated that. And
No, psionics aren't magic. Psionics are
Yes,
busted.
brother.
No GM would ever allow psionics in a 2e adventure. It'd just be chaos. The whole thing would derail, and someone would become like Lord of the Universe.
I know
In
some that
five
do. Some,
adventures.
some love it. There's several different psionic systems, and people swear by different ones of them. Yeah, I don't allow it, but there is some DMs that do, Lex.
I know. I don't know. I don't like. Something about it just doesn't seem to fit. I don't know why. I'm always like, we've
Well,
got
it was
magic.
the reason that Gary Gygax didn't want magic in Dungeons and Dragons. He's like, what? If you were a first level character and you managed to get your hand on a magic wand that could shoot magic missiles at peasants, you would rule. You would rule.
Totally.
Who could stop you? Nobody. It would basically be one. Everybody just dies. So he didn't want it in the game at all. But that's how it is. That characters don't continue to completely go out like magic user characters. That they don't go out and just completely take over NPC villages is a surprise to me. But they really don't do it.
Yeah.
To be fair, it takes a lot of power to take over an NPC village. A wand of magic missile isn't really going to do it.
I mean, it's just 36 charges. How many people can possibly be in charge? You just need to kill them, and the peasants will do what you tell them.
I suppose it depends how exposed they are to magic. If you turned up to a peasant village who don't know about magic, you could blow their minds with it. You could really you could use your charisma as well to get them to be your cult. They could be like your little cult of worshippers for a village.
Yeah.
So, question: because magic exists, right?
Yeah.
Could it be possible, basically, fetch someone from another plane of existence to your plane?
Yeah.
Yes, that
Totally.
is.
So would
common
that
thing.
basically mean that you would be able to bring a fully working tank?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, but it'll run out of fuel pretty quickly, and you'll run out of ammunition pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, the problem would be that you could do that. Like, there's even a system in place in second edition already for a thing like this called Spelljammer.
Yeah.
And that's a way to have like spaceships even like travel to other worlds and crap.
Yeah.
And then there's Planescape, which is totally another spin on that.
Love Planescape.
I mean, Planescape's deeper. It's kind of outer spacey too. But yes, Spelljammer's more like space pirates.
Yep.
If you want to summon scary stuff from other dimensions, try worshipping the Lady of Pain for like a day and see what happens.
No, please don't.
The Lady of what?
Lady of Pain.
Our Lady of Pain. Lovitar, yeah, with the
She
cat o'
doesn't
nine
like.
tails.
She doesn't like being worshipped.
She likes you to self-flagellate.
No. The
Who
one
doesn't
who
like that?
looks after Sigil. The one that even the gods can't do anything to. Even the gods can't get into her city.
Okay, 5 o'clock Central Time. Welcome to Adventures in a Homebrew World Campaign Gold. 1,000 years before the desertification incident, we're playing the ancestor characters and finding out where the footsteps of our ancestors have trod before the upcoming campaign that's 1,000 years after the desertification apocalypse. And that'll be sort of the main campaign, but this is definitely the extended prelude. Today we are on an adventure to follow a quest involving our dwarf character in the party, a dwarven cleric named Haedrig. And we're just sort of filling in everything from the backstory to the current story on each of the ancestors and giving them all some personality and connections to the land. Haedrig is going in search of a masterwork dwarven axe from his people, which was lost during their migration across the desert. Coming to the north, they were confronted by some dog people who are thought to currently possess the dwarven axe that Haedrig desires to get back.
What kind of honor could dwarves possibly have if they let their axe fall to dogs?
Well, I hope you didn't say that out loud.
I did. I'm wondering.
Damn.
Says the man wearing a toga.
The
I haven't lost an axe to a dog.
The haughty and buff Greek man, yes, makes fun of the barbaric ways of the dwarf. But Haedrig knows that it was not himself who lost the axe, but another dwarf who gave his life, or whose life was taken. You're just going to recover the axe because the life was already taken. So the axe, at least you can get that back. But it's not your fault specifically. So you can respond to the Greek man, to the toga man.
Something to respond to. Toga man's wearing a toga. He's got his dangly parts flapping in the wind.
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good for a
So
sound.
does the lizard man, so does the
for my
dog.
friend.
Yeah, we got a lot of flapping in the wind going on. You guys know that to the west rises, like maybe not smoke, well, probably smoke from cooking fires. No one needs heat right now because it's quite warm out as it is, but you can tell that there's the bustling of a village to the west, which consists of not as densely packed as the city that you're in. But nevertheless, houses, homes, gardens, yards, fences. You can tell that you could go to the west and hope to follow some roads that might, some more intersections from there. So you might be able to go towards the southwest on a road out of the city, or you could start hacking your way directly into this wilderness that you see here just to the south of you, where only some of you probably have noticed an eagle. Your lizard man Irritex noticed it. The dog Havarti probably noticed it.
Okay, I figure we won't do anything too crazy. Let's head up this road, and I'm sure it will take us where we need to go.
I will follow the Chibikit.
All right, I'm finally ready. I'm so excited.
We're
I
heading-
love
yeah,
the
yeah, we're
D&D
heading
adventure getting started. So this is kind of the exploration part of it where you're freeing up some of the maps. I see you guys all going there to the western side, so I'll free up the next square of map for you. You can decide how to proceed from there. As before, as usual, you know, I wish I could populate this map with hundreds of PCs, but that would just make it lag down even longer. So imagine that the roads here are filled with some people. Some halflings live out here in this village. Some more wealthier folk live out here.
So we can
People
loot
that
the
have
place.
nice, bigger suburban houses. Yes, you might want to loot them. You might want to label them with your white pen. Lex knows some of the people that live in some of these houses, but we don't know them all. Some of them I can randomize also, and some of them I know. But there's you're coming across several, so I'm trying to free up the map as you go, which I do manually. But I have dynamic lighting set for this map also, but that would just lag even longer. So yeah, I turned it off completely, and I'm doing just the fog of war method. So what I'm doing is when you guys push up against the edge of the black, then I know you want to go that way and see more of it. If it feels like I'm not doing enough, just ask me which, use the ruler tool, for example, and wave it which way you want me to.
Does my character know anyone that lives in this town?
Probably not. I don't think so. You probably know mostly city people, and this is like.
Hey, is this a house to my south right here? This blue building?
Yep. Yep. I don't know what that's. It actually seems to have a sign on it there. You can kind of see the sign.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
okay.
on
I
the
see
other
some
side.
people waving down there. Who's down there at the bottom? Is that waving the
Blue.
ruler? Blue ruler. Is that Irritex? Okay, hold on 1 second, Irritex. You can go back to where you were. Okay, Irritex. I will whisper to you. Irritex.
Ooh, secret stuff.
Save versus death.
Safe
Okay.
petrification.
You think you noticed that thing that I just whispered to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
and so
I
you
totally-
might see it on the map when I clear this up, but you might not. But okay, like
Yeah.
a little portion of it can be seen. Okay, now you can continue your ruling, but that is there. Okay, cool, Lex. So if anybody goes into a specific house, we can role play it. It is not the fastest way to get to the Dwarvish Axe, but that is totally okay. We can get to the Dwarvish Axe next week. Okay, I see some people wanting to go down the road that way. Okay, the road continues. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing Irritex. I see you. Okay, I cleared that up for you. Here we go. Here
I'm
we
heading up to the
go.
north a little bit.
Okay, got that for you, Koo. I'll keep doing more. I'll keep carving out more.
This.
Okay, gotcha. Irritex, gotcha. Koo, gotcha.
Real-time strategy games, you can't through the Fog of War without Fog of War being built.
What's your comment about Fog of War?
Huh?
Oh, hey. All right, hold on. I didn't see that. So when I came back up the road, I see
What'd
that.
you see?
What is that above me? I go.
That is a nice garden. Do you go into the hedges?
Yeah, I do. It's
Okay,
I stop
that's
to
probably an
smell the
encounter.
flowers.
Encounter location. So I'll roll to see if there's anything there. And Lex can maybe tell you if there would happen to be any NPCs there.
There
It
is.
is a garden with a fountain in the middle of it. And it's got a nice compass to it, a north, south, east, west thing going on.
Ah, fantastic.
Probably
Then, as I
some
see
other
the
cool
fountain-
features in the park that are not pictured on the map as well.
Okay.
Go on.
Then as I see the fountain, I will approach it with a thirsty grin and drink my fill happily from the public fountain with a great noisy slurping as I get ready to leave the city on my desert trek.
Okay.
That is
Sitting
awesome.
where the fountain is, you see there's like a little lip round it of stone, and sitting on it is a female. I don't know if you've met an elf before. She's
No.
They're pretty rare around here.
She looks quite small. It's quite lithe looking compared to what you're used to seeing in a humanoid. She has quite pointy ears. She's got curly auburn hair and large brown eyes. She's wearing what looks like it would be leather armor. You don't rate the armor much because it's not very heavy. It looks like it's built for movement. She appears to have a rapier and a whip on her, but she has in her hands a little lyre, and she's just strumming it and she's playing it. The tune's actually quite good. She's clearly a musician of some kind.
Then as I, hearing her music as I walk into the garden and drink from the fountain of life-giving water, I will reach into my worn leather pouch and retrieve a gold piece and flip it to her, stating, "You play well for a child."
She catches the gold piece out of the air with 2 fingers, quite deftly, and she says, "Thank you, sir. Always happy to have someone listen to my music." And she pockets the gold piece.
I am new to the area, young one, and I am venturing south to help a friend retrieve a lost item in the desert. I was wondering if you have any particular knowledge of what you might say dangerous indigenous species.
Oh, she looks thoughtful as she's playing. I've heard some things, certainly. I'm Nesmatu, by the way, famous along these parts for my music. I do remember. Yes, indeed. We've had a little bit of trouble near the town. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but Goblin Dogs. Our very small and somewhat pathetic watch has been plagued with them recently, but they weren't the worst of it. We had some lions as well, and I'm not very good with the creatures of the outside, but they were larger than lions I've ever seen.
Were they kobolds?
No.
Are you sure they weren't kobolds?
Yes, I definitely
That is
know a
awesome.
kobold when I see one. This was definitely lions. I think there's a pack of them. They're very, very large. They've eaten quite a few villagers. I don't know if the goblin dogs.
Large packs of kobolds?
No, no, my friend, not kobolds.
Oh.
Lions. Have you? Do you know what a lion is?
Is it similar to a kobold?
No.
I don't actually know what a kobold is either.
Oh.
Well, he did say
Well-
goblin dogs before he said dire lions, so I don't know
Yeah.
if goblin dogs might also trigger
No,
your
neither of these are
thoughts.
kobolds, my friend. Kobolds are like dog men who look like dogs. They're fairly disgusting. And these creatures are smaller and they don't wield weapons. They're beasts, but they have been attacking us in an organised fashion. I'm sure if you continue west, you'll run into them.
I see. So, a beast problem. One which I am sure your massive city is able to rectify without my interesting intervention. But I do appreciate your advice, young liar player. Continue with your strumming. I must find my companions as we venture forward into the howling sands.
Oh, good luck with that. The desert's a cruel mistress. But should you return, and were you to bring back perhaps the heads of a few of these creatures, I'm sure our town mayor would reward you for it. But I wish you luck. I hope you find what you're looking for.
It is always my dream to wander around decapitating random creatures and getting paid for their heads when I return someplace. Thank you for giving me a vision of a future.
Doesn't everyone dream of that?
By the look of you, I thought you might like that. Yes, she goes back to her playing.
And so with that witty repartee done, I will proceed down in the direction I randomly, hey, wait, except for that. As I leave I see that. What is that? And I say hi to it.
Let me see what you're by on the map. Hold on, I gotta scroll around and find you.
It's a dog.
I'm up there.
Yeah, there seems to be some stray tokens around. I'm trying to identify why.
Oh, okay.
There's 2 copies of Jesse and 2 copies of
Is that
Havarti?
Havarti?
Yeah, it would be Havarti though.
Okay,
basically.
okay.
But you know,
yeah,
there also is other people on the map that aren't pictured. Oh, the cat is also nearby. I don't know why there's 2 copies of Adrian there. That bit is not clear.
Okay, fair enough. No, I thought it was just another random dog that was very similar to our currently existing dog.
Nah, that's actually him. I'm
Okay,
assuming
very good.
Chris walked him up there. You guys have, it's funny, it's great. I like it. And I love exploration being a part of it and clearing up the map. And you guys have done a good job on this city so far. Like everybody kind of split up and it's funny. You're clearing out most of it though. Eric's cleared quite a bit of it.
Oh,
He's got the,
raise a hand in
he's got the
greeting
ruler
to my
tool thing
lizard man companion. Ho, Irritex. I found a fountain of water. Perhaps you should refill yourself before we venture forth in arid wastes that will surely
Indeed. Okay, great idea.
kill you.
So you guys all get a refill on the fountain here that Silk discovered and is very refreshing. This is a very happy, refreshing fountain. I don't have any specific mechanics to roll for it, you know, and I don't think anyone's down on hit points, but it's very pleasant and refreshing fountain. Seems to be a place you would go if you perhaps like had accidentally got poisoned or you know, had something that you needed to wash off, like for a cure type deal or something. Seems like a curative healing fountain.
I feel better after being there. I feel my spirits refreshed too after listening to the music and everything. I'm just ready. It's like awesome. I feel really, you know, ebullient at the moment, actually.
All right. Party on, guys.
Yeah, I'm
It's
partying.
completely up to you guys. You can continue in the same fashion and enter more areas about the city, or you can gather the troops and head towards the desert. Okay, Irritex is almost getting out of town to the north. Irritex, you sort of start to get out of the town to the north. There is more buildings up there and more houses within what you're pointing at, but there's sort of an imaginary extra distance there. Once you've gone up that staircase, you start to get away from the party.
And
So you can go up there if
Yell
you
at
want.
him, return back this way, Irritex. Our comrades are waiting for us to the south.
That is my question. Are you guys going to go south? Hey, Jesse, how come I see two Adrians? Is that just me, or is that...
I only see one
Okay.
right next to Haedrig.
Yeah, I only see one as well.
Oh, really? There's a couple... Okay. So you're down south with the party?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'll just go with that. I'll forget about the other ones that are up north. Irritex, can you rejoin near where the party is? They're sort of on the south side. Lex, it seems like they may be going by a particular... Seems like the party is fixing to go by a particular hut that's sort of on the edge of a deserty, canyony area. There might be someone there that knows the way out into the desert or something.
Indeed there is.
Okay. I kind of cleared up a little bit more map for you.
Hut dweller, exit your village hut and tell us directions.
From inside the hut, you can hear, God, who the hell's outside my door now? And you hear a bit of a crashing, someone getting up, and this dwarf comes stomping out. He's got like grey hair, he looks a bit wizened, he's covered in tattoos, each one depicting different parts of the desert animals on there. He's not wearing any armour at all. And beside him he's got a little dog that follows him, and in his hands he's wielding this massive scythe. It's clearly oversized. It would be oversized for a person, like a normal human. So for a dwarf it's mega big, and he looks really strong. And he looks at you. What do you want?
I will point at my dwarven companion.
He needs your assistance, Master Dwarf.
The dwarf looks over at Haedrig. Yeah? You need something from me?
I'd say in Dwarvish, what kind of assistance can you offer?
He
Kind of
replies.
just...
Yeah, he replies in Dwarvish. Well, you big stupid-looking one was hollering through my door, says he needed something, so I came out looking for a fight. Bit disappointed, really. He doesn't look that strong, does he? Well, where are you looking to go? I do know the area quite well.
I explained in Dwarvish, that we're searching for a specific cave to the southwest, believed to have some moles or dog-like people, and they took something, and we're trying to retrieve it.
Oh yeah, you're not the first person to go looking for that cave. I think some of our people went in there quite a while ago, though. Maybe half a year ago, I don't remember. Yeah, I know the way. I'll tell you what. We're both civilized people. I'm sure you can read. You might want to have to spell it out to the people around you. And he does little inverted commas with his fingers. He goes into his hut, and you hear him rummaging around. I got it in here somewhere. Where the hell did I put it? This is why I need a wife. Where the hell is everything? And you hear him open something up, and he closes something. It sounds like maybe a chest. And he comes out with a piece of papyrus. And on the papyrus is directions to a cave. And it's written in Dwarvish. It says on there, Ex-Bandit Cave. And it's got almost like a diary entry, Ex-Bandit Cave. And it's got like a few months ago, dwarves headed that way. Wonder what they wanted. None of them had beer. And he hands it to you. You could probably use this to find the way. I'd be careful in the desert, though. Especially with those guys around you. They don't look like they know the desert very well.
And kind of chuckle and be like, yeah, tell me something I don't know. But Thank you for your assistance, brother. May the stone never find you.
Anything for a brother. You're always welcome here.
And then kind of turn around to the normal, but he says, this map says we go this way.
But you forget, when you are drunk, I am in charge.
Okay, you tell us to go this way.
Then we should go that way. Follow the map. This seems like a very good plan. I enjoy everything about it. And so let us move boldly with purpose and forthrightness in a way which everyone can easily understand, not to mess with us, because we mean business.
Awesome.
I want to make ready
I
my
see
weapon.
you guys' arrows. I see what you guys are, where you're heading.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Eric.
Make ready my weapon.
Okay, great idea, because up on this ledge, you have a strong chance of an encounter. So let me check.
Awesome. Good thing I drew my weapons.
You're not wrong.
No, like all of you guys are not prepared.
Why? I mean, I'm born.
We're in a city. Why would I want to be prepared?
Yeah, I'm a
dwarf. I'm always prepared.
I can just punch it.
Can you guys hear me?
I can just talk to it in discourse.
I mean, you're a lizard. Why, you have claws. How are you not okay with this? How do you have to have a sword too?
I sword.
Oh,
I have a large spiky
a large spiky what?
club.
Club. Oh, I see.
Could still mean what you think it means.
I didn't hear it. It's not that I didn't think it meant something other than club.
Yeah, that's funny.
You know, like even if you have claw, range is an advantage that can't measure in how useful it is. But holy shit, for being prepared for combat, I am at initiative.
You're too busy getting prepared for combat.
Being attacked by sheep.
Ah, oh, that's funny.
Oh, thank you very much.
What are these things?
So they look like they're sort of running around like dogs, but they look like they're some sort of a multi-beast, a hybrid between like a dog and a goat, and they've got small horns on their heads, and they kind of look a little more scaly than a regular dog, like very mangy, like patches of hair, but more patches of like scaly skin.
Chupacabras.
Are they muscular? Like, do they have muscle?
Yeah,
Or are they
yeah,
like-
they look like strong, dangerous dogs.
Awesome. I think I solved my problem with ration.
Multi-beast, yeah, indeed. They can be called multi-beasts. And there seems to be a pack of them up on this. This is sort of a I think the word for it is butte, B-U-T-T-E.
Mute.
So like, you know, an outcropping of rock and the edge of some canyonland desert. So as the terrain starts to change, as you hike to the south and you're drinking your water and you're getting out of town and you've just been at the place with the hut and you've all carefully ascended the incline where the yellow arrow was drawn. And now here atop this ridge, you guys encounter a vicious pack of goblin dogs.
Go for it,
that are
Adrian.
growling at you.
You can take him. Go on.
And it is Adrian's turn. Yeah, Adrian's the first to react.
Don't forget to pull out your weapon.
I'm a caster.
Yeah, well, still,
Hand-to-hand combat. You got this.
like. Okay, this creature right here, which is closest? Oh,
I guess I'll cast sleep.
Again.
Yeah, sleep
It's the
is
most
like
useful
best
thing I
spell in the
have.
game.
Yep, give it a shot. Give it a shot. So what
Super
I know it
strong.
goes by hit dice. These guys are kind of spread out. I bet you could only hit maybe 3 of them. How many hit dice of them can you cover? You got to roll that. It's like 2d4 plus something.
I think it's 2d4 plus 1 per caster level, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Sounds about right, but let's just pull it out real quick.
Goblin Dogs. Gotta love the Goblin Dogs.
Jesse, don't pull it out right now. Look up the spell if you have time.
That's what I'm doing. So it is
Thought you were going to pull it out for the stream.
2d4 hit dice.
Okay,
Do it.
roll it. There it is. 4 hit dice worth of them. You cause 2 of the goblin, and then they don't get a save.
No.
No
Yeah.
saving throw.
2 of the goblin dogs they look up at you and they kind of growl, and then they kind of scratch in the sandy dirt for a minute, and they kind of circle around. They go in 2 little circles. They kind of walk around in a little circle and scratch a little bit more, and they kind of like lay down and put their chins on their paws, and they go. And there's 2 little dogs over there vocalizing and sleeping. And I'm going to
Question.
put a little sleep marker on them on Roll20 so you can see that. So 2 went to sleep. Yeah, go ahead. Shout it out here.
Right. So because they're sleeping, we get like an advantage.
Yeah.
Trying to hit them.
Well,
Yep.
You probably want to wait to hit them until we deal with the ones that aren't sleeping first.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
but
they
the-
basically...
These
their armor
guys are
class-
easy targets.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
easy targets.
but you've got active targets that you want to take care of first.
Go.
Strategically smart. I like that.
Come on. You guys get those guys. I'll
You got sleeping dinner to have. I
Once
guess
you hit it, it wakes up.
I guess the cat will just stay at my side. I don't really want to throw the cat into combat. So Haedrig's turn.
I bet. Yeah, the cat is. Yeah. Okay. So I go forward. Thank you, Lex. Thank you. That's helpful.
Pedro should probably say, "Everyone gather round!" And he call upon Gun Silverbeard, give us strength to face these foes. And then everyone
Give
gets
us what
blessed.
to face them? Give us what to face them?
Give us strength to face
Strength
these
to
foes,
face them,
so everyone
okay.
gets blessed.
Oh wow, awesome! Everybody's under bless right now, so everybody's got a +1 to hit. Here's my custom. You don't have to change your macro to add the +1 on there. Just leave it off, and we'll know if I ever say, oh, you just almost hit or you missed by 1, then but bless means that I made it after all. Well done, Haedrig, you're a dwarvish cleric. You're on your masterwork acts of your people, and that goblin dog is asleep. So I guess I'll take him out of the initiative. This goblin dog, let me check distances. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he can run up and bite somebody. He'll just run up and bite whoever's over here. Some spellcaster. If I can bite him, it'll prevent him from casting another spell, he says. So his roll against Adrian's AC comes out modified. He rolled really high, so it comes out to a 19. And that's going to hit your AC, right?
Yep.
He bites your ankle for 2 points of damage.
Ow.
A goblin dog runs up from the around the corner of the canyon butte and bites your ankle for 2 points of damage, letting you know that people really shouldn't go, out into the wilderness out here. This is the land of wild animals. Takesha's turn.
Okay, so she sights her bow and she's going to take a shot at this dude. 21.
That's a hit.
So she lets Chibakit jump on her shoulder. She gets down on one knee, pulls back the string, sights it on the dog, and releases. And the arrow thunks into its side.
Yes.
4 points of damage.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you for telling me that. I took the 4 points off of him. That takes about half of the life, a little bit less than half the life of a goblin dog. So substantial damage, but you see the dog, where you hit it with an arrow, but then it kind of like and gets back up and starts scraping its legs and coming running up towards the party. Deposed King Ku. Played by Rainbow Silks. You're silent on our mic. I don't know if you knew that, Silk.
All right. No, I did not. Thanks.
Oh, okay. I thought you were maybe talking to somebody on the side.
Yeah.
I saw you saying a few things. We might have missed a few things you said a minute ago in that case.
Yeah, what I said was you can just call me Ilk.
Ilk.
Call me Deposed
Ilk.
King.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that. I just, I'm trying to get everything straight in my head, so I tend to say things like that until I get the right verbiage out. Okay.
An actual move.
Yeah, you don't want to be called Deposed King too often, huh? Your friends don't call you Deposed King?
Not often. I mean,
So about that time you were impeached and everything, man. Wow. Yeah, okay.
Right, so I will move forward in a judicious manner, brandishing my weapon, and I shall attack in a way which I am well known for.
Nice. In that way
Yay.
includes a natural 20.
With a two-handed
Which goblin
sword.
dog is your target? Probably just sort of the closest one, or
yeah,
the one
that's on our
Adrian.
Yeah,
the
the
one
one
that's attacking Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right there. And so you get him for a kill. So you can go ahead and narrate a natural 20 with an instant kill.
As I saw the kind of crazed beast charging our toga-clad caster and ripping into his legs, I gamely spring across the distance in but a few bounds, quickly closing with the animal, flashing my two-handed sword down in a quick arc, decapitating its head, and blood spurting all over the tunic and chest of Jesse. Blood and guts all over it, and I look. Yes, your spell was quite useful.
Great. I love the combination of cinematics and a little RP commentary there. Very good. Goblin dogs are up. So let's see. This one's he kind of runs up this butte to right here, and then he kind of leaps off of it, coming down at Takesha. He sees her fox personality over there, and he opts to come and have a sniff if he can. Let's see if he can hit you.
Never on the first date, my friend.
And 9 is going to be a miss. He's not able to do it. So he rolls in the dirt trying to snarl at you, but you manage to keep him away for the moment.
Just cartwheel over him.
This goblin dog's asleep, so I'm going to take him out of the Inish. And that makes it Irritex, our lizard man warrior's turn.
These things look edible.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense that
I
it
would
is
say
meat.
yes.
Probably gross. I mean,
All right. Let's see
they're
here.
not. It's not like something that's bred for food or anything. But yeah.
I need to make a wisdom.
Okay.
Hold on.
A wisdom check. So you're trying to roll high on a d20.
Is it beat your wisdom or not beat your wisdom?
No, you got to just go underneath it. So if like at 18,
Or hit it on the head.
go under.
That's D20, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's food time.
I walk over to the dead creature, kneel down, and start munching.
Oh, that's great, Eric. Great roleplay. So your lizard man loses his wisdom check and thus decides to eat the corpse of a goblin dog. That's
Right.
disgusting. It's like
That's-
roadkill.
That's fucking awesome, though.
It's like
That's
eating a
cool.
raw possum or something.
Nice.
Right?
It's crunchy.
You know,
Dude.
It's like eating
like-
raccoon. I mean, it's something you wouldn't normally eat. It's not like a nice steak. It's like it's not even like, it's just, that is gross. Okay, awesome. Good job, Irritex. So do you spend your round doing that? Do you get in a hit on
Yes.
one of the others also, or does
No.
that distract you
No.
enough that you
That,
spend
that,
your round?
that's it. Then I need to
Okay,
make
that's
a,
incredible.
then I need to make a wisdom next round.
That's incredible. Great job on playing the lizard man. That is really funny stuff. This dog is still alive, and he's going to take the pack mentality and not mess around with that big guy that just killed his friend, but instead run over and gang up on this fox person over here with his other friend. So we got 2 on Takesha now. This one comes in, and he's going to make a roll. Modified 20 against AC, so probably a hit.
Yep.
Unless there's any reason a dog can't bite you, which I can't think of at this level. So he's bitten you for 2 points of damage on your ankle. And
Ouch.
it is time for a new round for fun. I'm going to mix the initiative. Refresh the initiative. Takesha, it's your go. Oh, yes. Takesha, you can go ahead and do a double action, Takesha.
Okay.
You go extraordinarily quickly.
So-
Takesha and Irritex both jump quickly into this round and get a double action each.
So that the dog chomps down on her ankle and she squeals out, "Oh, damned animal!" And she goes to attack it straight out. $15?
Just enough to hit, I think. Double checking. Yeah,
16
15
with
is
that.
just enough to hit. I need to zoom in so I can see this close combat. Can't even see my own monsters.
So
How much damage do you do?
She
You
pirouettes
tell
on
me.
her heel and she brings a heel round into the side of its head, kicking it for 3 points.
Do you care which one of the goblins it is?
The one that bit her.
That's going to be the southern one. Okay, I managed to get him selected. So she kicked him for 3 points of damage?
Yep.
Okay.
Second action, she will follow up with another attack.
He lived through your kick, so and then you get a bad kick, and what happens? I'll let you fail forward on this. So you don't do damage, but you don't have to like lose your weapon for a whole round, but you can do something
That was on the
clumsy
result.
or mistaken.
I got a 13,
plus.
which I don't think is enough to hit.
What's the result for then?
Oh, the result is just
for type of attack.
yeah, it's just a
Gotcha.
fairly crap like attack with a
You
1.
get your +1 for bless.
Gotcha.
So
Will you edit your macro and make that type of attack maybe into a bracket?
Maybe.
So it's the little yellow inline roll instead of a big roll. Just because that D20 looks so much like a D20 hit roll to me that my eye is going to probably do that every
maybe.
time.
I have no idea how to do that though.
Okay, I'll show you how. Super easy.
So it's 14.
Super
a hit?
easy. 14 is a hit. Yes.
Awesome.
Yep, that's right. With the bless, it's good enough to get a hit. And so, what's the bad type of attack?
Just a low strike, just against its legs, I guess. I kind of
Yeah.
fumble against it for 3 points. Just kind of skimming it.
And that's the one that you just attacked a second ago, also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You managed to make it yelp and start to run away, so you would have the kill credit for it, and it also like technically survives. But you can hunt it down if you want to, but it's on 0 HP. So, I mean, it's gonna stand up and like one of its friends will drag its body into the cave and it'll nurse it or something, or a giant eagle will come and eat the body, or you don't know, but
Yeah.
it's defeated in the sense that it won't fight you anymore.
That's
But
cool.
you can go kill it if you really are that bloodthirsty.
Nope.
So technically that one's still alive, but it's out of the fight. Wish I knew how to identify that one in the initiative so I could, let me see. Oh, okay, it's this one. I'll take him out of the initiative. Did that. Okay, Takesha's turn's done. Eric.
Okay. Wisdom save.
Yeah. Ooh, almost. Yes, you made it because your bless can apply to that. Bless
Oh, it does?
can apply to that. Yeah, I think it can.
Sure.
No, I'm not sure. I think sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But he blessed the whole party, so I don't know. I think
DM
it
can make the
applies.
call.
But it's really
Okay.
hard to make your wisdom a 5, and you guys almost made it. So I think with the bless, it got you over the edge. Doesn't mean you don't get satiated with the dog, and you can pick it up and keep eating it, but you're able to do something else now also
I know
while gnawing on the leg bone.
I don't.
What is
I
it?
noticed the dog running away. It's not allowed.
So you viciously chase down the one that's on 0 or 1 hit points and reduce it to the true negatives. Okay, you do that. It's double defeated and bleeds out. Very good. Very brutal. Very barbaric. The more civilized.
Russians, come on.
Adrian.
He kills that one. I move up this way and swing at the one that's still up here to the north.
Oh, okay.
So that's 14.
Okay. Yeah, we went out of order, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm happy for that. I said Adrian, not Haedrig, but so I was just sitting here trying to identify.
No, I'm going to do the same thing, but go ahead and do
Okay, that's fine.
Jesse.
So 14 is going to be a hit, Haedrig. So let me go ahead and get that. Can you ping the one or tell me again which one's your target?
The one right across from Takesha.
Takesha, yeah. Okay, gotcha. So 4 damage. Okay, not enough to kill it. So you hit it with your regular axe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adrian. Being Jesse.
I can't cast this round, so I'm probably going to pass and let everybody else deal with the Goblin Dogs.
Sure. You can get a sling or something maybe next time if you want to. I don't know.
I just have a dagger. It's not really worth running up to a dog at this point.
Right. And you probably don't want to explore away from the party, so that wouldn't make any sense. So, good. Chibikit doesn't really need to be in the initiative, but can do stuff at any point in time. I'll make a fresh initiative. I mean, we're pretty much done. There's 2 sleeping goblin dogs, and there's 1 goblin dog up there fighting Takesha and Haedrig. So a short fight, quickly handled, but brings you up into the atmosphere and environment up here in the desert lands, and you'll have time to do a little bit more exploring after you clean this up. So a little more exploring, a little more RP on the day. We got about 30 more minutes to play out.
Wait. No. I didn't.
Yep.
Yeah, we missed.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yep.
We went to the wrong turn. Let me go back to last turn. Take my.
Did I skip you?
You did.
Oh, I don't know how I did. Okay. I see how. I totally see how. Okay, I'm messing up. I had 2 round counters in there. I didn't realize I rolled a new round when it wasn't a new round yet. You know what? I'll do this. I'll do this. Here, now it's on coup. Yay! That was an error of my API clicking.
Okay, so I will, seeing that there's only 1 dog left, and it is on Takesha, I will pivot in the viscera of the dead corpse in front of me, splashing my way over to the next dog, swinging my great sword once again, and missing, I think, hitting a total of 13 armor class with my blast.
Yeah, just a miss. These guys have a 14, unless it's a sleeping one, which it wasn't.
So it swings viciously over its head, whistling by its ears, nicking a bit of fur, but otherwise leaving it unscathed.
Wow. All right, that happens. Haedrig. D&D.
Oh, I get to go again?
What about my turn?
No, that should conclude the round, because I think that got everybody.
Well, I'm even if I messed up the turn order, I'm going by that now. So even if it was plus I reroll it every round. I have been tending to reroll it every round. I think my reroll thing, I might be timing it wrong. I don't know. I'm not sure, but
9's not enough to hit, so it's a miss. Or I'm sorry, an 8 is a miss.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Adrian seems silent.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it my turn again?
Yeah, we
Yes,
missed.
it is.
We kind of skipped a turn.
I'll do a little bit. Just a little D&D tutorial. Yes, most people are gonna. Yep, the rounds. You get to go once each round.
Unless you get mine.
I mean, I've installed there's a turn order tracker that you can look at.
Oh, I know
that
what
shows when
happened.
you're
You know
coming
when
up
we
next,
missed.
if you want to look ahead, and then off to the right, it calls you out in chat and beeps.
I know what happened when we missed
when your name
Ku's
comes
turn. You forwarded to Ku's turn, but in doing so, you skipped 3 people. So a couple of us missed our turn for that round. So we're kind of behind a round. It doesn't matter. There's only one dog
All
left.
right.
I
All
say
right.
go over
I
and
didn't
stab
mean to
it.
confuse anybody. I just don't want to have to always call everybody's name like it's
No, I mean,
if
it's
if
because
you're
we
in the
advanced in
window that
Roll20.
Roll20 is in, then you're gonna see that your name comes up in the initiative. If you're not noticing your name coming up in the initiative, you're probably in a different window or
No,
something.
what happened is because Koo's got missed by accident last round when we re-rolled the initiative, you then skipped to Koo to put him on the thing, but it skipped past people. So a few people missed their turn. That's what happened. It was just a bit of confusion. But Adrian, maybe stab a dog, make friends with a dog.
I'm trying to decide if I want to stab a dog or just ignore a dog.
Talk to the puppies.
I will actually ignore the dog and let you guys with more martial weapons deal with it. So I will just hold my turn.
Okay.
A dog tumbles between Takesha's or tumbles past Takesha, rolling a natural 1. Irritex, maybe you can finish him off with a double action.
Maybe.
Unless, well, you probably want to eat the one that you just
Right.
hunted down. Yeah, you just
Right.
hunted that one down and stomped on it.
Actually, no.
Oops.
I don't.
Okay. Well, wisely, right? You've got your wits about you,
Right.
and you see that one goblin dog is still attacking the fox lady in your party, Takesha the Kitsune.
Yes. And I will try and kill. Now let's see here. Hope.
That should hit.
It does with the bless. And that's going to be enough damage to kill a goblin dog, I'm sure of it. Yep. You slay the last opponent, goblin dog, in that particular pack. But you know that these lands are filled with such dogs. When you see this kind of terrain on the map, you know that there may be more packs of goblin dogs about. There are 2 sleeping, so you can decide what to do with them. Irritex, it's still your turn, so you can take leadership in the party over the 2 sleeping dogs if you wish to run and slay them and eat them, or kick them off the ledge, or leave them as they are.
No.
I think the player laughs at that. All right.
Yeah, tossing them off the ledge. That sounds very funny.
There's not too many injured. A couple people got injured, Haedrig, for 2 points each. I think like 2 people got injured. It's probably the Kitsune was probably hit the most times. Takesha was hit the most times.
The fox.
One other person was hit once.
We try and kill the sleep.
Okay, you kill that sleeping dog as it lies. I'll exit out as soon as I can select it properly. I don't want to kill Eric's character. I'll do the hit point report on Takesha for you.
She looks like she's barely scratched. She's all right.
Oh, whoops. I don't even think we got the token set up right, but sorry about that if that was wrong. Irritex, you can actually go on and clean up as you like, unless others stop you or anything.
Stomp on the dog.
Oh, wait, what? I did 1, 2.
So there's one more sleeping dog, Irritex. Are you cruel enough?
Yes, totally.
All right, you'll have to roll once again. I'm sure
Also,
you'll get it in one
ledge.
hit, probably. Is that what you do? You toss it off the ledge? Is that
Yeah.
what you do?
Yeah.
All right. You easily pick it up and toss it off the ledge. Who knows what becomes of that one? I'll tumble his body down to the bottom. Oops! Sorry, I tumbled you by accident.
It's okay. Whoops. Whoops! You slipped.
Okay, I tumbled the sleeping dog down there. Let me turn him upside down too. There we go. Okay, he's down there.
I would like to see what became.
Oh, okay. You want to see what became of him? All right, you're very clever. All right, I'll free up the map there for you then. Give me a moment. Didn't necessarily want to encourage you guys to go down that way. I'll say it looks steep and precipitous or something. Yeah. There you go, Eric. Can you see where he landed at the bottom of a cliff?
Yep.
Okay.
If he survives, he will run and tell his friend to not mess with us.
They're wild dogs. They don't tell their friends anything. They're just
They
dogs.
eat their friends.
He doesn't know that.
Lizards.
No. We're probably gonna leave, so I might wanna think this one would be considering he was sleeping. Head cracked open. So
That's dinner sorted.
right, yeah, let's just toss it over the shoulder. Get going.
What happens here is imagine there's a little bit more to the map than there is. So the following encounter is both on map and kind of theater of the mind. So this distance may not be accurate. You are ascending and descending through some canyon cliff walls, and you come to a place where it seems if you stay on the level that you're on, you're going to bend far off to the west. But you can see some edges of grassland and sandy desert land to the south and to the southeast of you. So you really don't want to bend around as the path bends around the mountain further to the west. You kind of really want to descend from here. So the descent is a bit steeper than it shows. It's enough that only a thief can make it automatically. Others need some kind of a roll or a rope or an NWP check or party coordination to get down. So basically you come to a cliff, and it's up to you guys if you do want to go south, but if you go west, you'll be getting sort of off your trajectory to get to the lands that the dwarves came from.
Did we lose our dog?
I watch our.
Like Chiba and
Fox
Takesha,
woman,
you can't jet down the bottom of that cliff yet until you achieve some sort of. Oh, you climb and flip. You can. Oh, I said you can automatically do it. Okay. Yes, for reasons.
I'm gonna follow the same. I see exactly what Takesha does, and I say internally, "That looks easy."
Okay.
Do it too.
So she's a first level rogue, and you're a first level warrior. You have a 20% chance of getting down without falling, and you have to roll it 3 times for each 10-foot section.
All right.
So from top to bottom, a D20, D20, D20.
Is it D20 or D100 if I have a 20%?
Sorry, D100.
I believe.
You could roll a 3D100 if you want, but probably do them one at a time.
Yeah, because
Others will probably have to do that too.
Oh, oops.
Oh, very close. But not close enough. So you fall on the first section. You fall 30 feet, falling 3d6 worth of damage, enough to kill you.
Can I slide? Slide?
Do you have any NWPs or anything that would help you catch yourself along the way, like acrobatics or tumbling?
Let me take a look at my myself.
Those are valid non-weapon proficiencies. Some people have them.
I have
baseball sliding. Is there another
There's no
technical term for
baseball
that in
skill.
baseball when you're really good at like sliding into a base?
I
Just
have
base stealer.
surfing.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Can I
Surfing on water.
Well, do surfing. Can I quickly apply my knowledge of sliding down like steep inclines to translate
Yeah,
it roughly to the dirt? But
yeah, I think it gives you a 5% advantage. It gives you a
Right,
5%
excellent.
advantage. So you need to get 25% or less, but you rolled 36, so you fall.
Oh,
And you slide. Yes, you slide, but you still take the falling damage.
sucks. All right.
You can reduce the falling damage to 2d6 instead of 3d6 because of your slide.
Double one.
Still enough to kill you if you get a bad roll.
Double one.
All right. I live.
You live?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Made it.
Okay, because that's enough to kill a lot of first level PCs.
Sure
That's-
is.
That one
great
knocked me unconscious.
bastards.
The other players, you've seen the aforementioned actions. You saw Takesha deftly climb and tumble down the cliff, and then you saw Ku fall in the first section of the cliff and slide all the way down, getting no doubt cut up in some, bruises.
Bleeding.
Yeah.
Let's ride the dog down.
I've got alchemy use as an NWP, so I'll have a look around for some herbs that might help stop the bleeding on this thoroughly beaten up guy and help patch up his wounds a little bit to stop him like breaking stuff and getting screwed up. I'll give him some herbs that stop the pain.
All right. You locate the herbs that you need, but they're down the next cliff face. You see them in the valley below. I'll free them up on the map for you. Here are the herbs to the southeast of you that you need. And you got to get down there. Of course, as a thief, you can. So you get down there. You just need to... You don't really need to roll anything. I'm not going to have you roll anything as a thief. You climb down, and then you're going to be able to climb back up. So you climb down, gather some herbs, and climb back up. It'll just take you a period of time, that's all.
Yeah, I'll just collect some that will stop his pain, keep him awake, and stop him from bleeding out all over the place, and check him for broken legs, broken arms. He took that badly.
Very well done. That
Just
looked
located
awesome
the
when
leg.
you. That looked so cool when you climbed your token down the cliff. Just imagine the cliffs representing something slightly more, higher in footage than they maybe are represented on the drawing.
I'll call up to the dwarf. This guy's really beat up. There's like bits sticking out of him that should be in him. I need help down here.
You hear, hell no, I'm not going to do the same. I won't make that.
I thought you were a holy man. You're supposed to help people.
Oh, I will help him, but I'm not going to die in the process.
Could we roll down? Lay flat and just roll down.
I'll call up to him. Don't any of you have a rope?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Anybody got a rope?
I'll let the dialogue continue. I can answer that for you, Jesse, if necessary, but don't want to cut off that dialogue. I love hearing you guys strategize about how to get down.
She'll call up.
There's two answers. There's two kind of ways of answering that. Can you tumble down? One is you can do whatever you want as your character, so you can certainly try anything. So yes, you can say that your way of getting down is rolling. That doesn't necessarily make you immune to damage. I am very friendly to non-weapon proficiencies, and I give out extra non-weapon proficiencies in the game, and tumbling is a possible NWP. So if you were super into that, you could make a roll against a tumbling check to help yourself reduce damage. If you don't have the NWP, you can't really make the roll.
I'll take the rope out of Koo's backpack, which he so helpfully, while laughing jovially and despite being... He's probably a bit high now, actually, on the herbs, so that makes sense. I'll take the rope.
Not quite dead yet.
Rough.
I'll take it back up,
Yeah.
climbing it back up here, and I'm going to look for a piece of rock or an outgrowth or something that I can tie the rope round.
I can just hold it for you if you.
Oh yeah, you could. If you're strong enough, Mr. Lizard Guy, to hold it while the dwarf climbs down to help them, that's cool. You could do that.
Can I try pick you up to see? That would be.
You want to pick me up?
No, dwarf.
Oh, the dwarf.
Say again?
Can I pick you up to see if I would be able to hold your weight while you climb?
Because this is a dire situation, I probably would say yes.
What I'll do is I'll get the rope, I'll lash it round the lizard man's torso, tie it off, and be like, right, hold that, and then I'll climb back down to the bottom to make sure Koo isn't out of his mind or laughing at butterflies and stuff while he's all high.
If I can lift 165, I'm not sure. I have... What?
Well, just do a stat thing, show your strength, and it probably should be enough.
185 weight out. So I guess yes, because weight allowed is 185.
Yeah.
I'll let's use the 185 stat for the answer to the
Awesome.
question.
Now all the dwarf has to do is climb down the rope.
Well, he's technically going to lower me down.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, so Irritex wraps a rope around the dwarf and tries to let you belay, or what's it called when you go backwards down?
Repel.
When try to let you repel, but as much as you slip and turn into a dead weight or whatever, he just sort of like levies and pulleys the rope and lets it go down slowly until you make it to the bottom safely. In fact, he used his great strength to do that, so we don't need a further roll on that. How will Adrian and Irritex get down this cliff face?
I'm kind of inclined to do it the same way the dwarf just did it if the lizard man's up for it.
Can I pick you up and see if I can carry you?
Yep. Let's check your weight, Adrian. You know it?
Good question. I don't think I have a weight.
Average. What? Don't put
It says
average.
my weight's average.
That's not very good RP. Fill it in. Fill it in.
He's
You're
probably
supposed to fill in your height and your
150-ish.
weight. Yeah, that's fine. Thought you were going to say 184.
No,
can carry up to
he's
185.
He's not that buff. He's a caster.
Okay, so okay, sure. So, but everybody put a weight and a height on your character sheet, and I make height come up as a thing in the character stats chat macro, just because that kind of tells whether you filled it in or not. If it still says average, boring, average, boring. Give yourself an age and a max age too. If you don't know max age, it can be rolled according to your species. Max age is when you're going to end up dying of old age, even if you don't die in adventures.
Done.
If you
Unnatural.
don't
cause.
get entombed permanently, this is when you will die.
I really spoiled it by telling you about the entombment already, and I don't even know what's going to happen. I'm very sandboxy about it. I don't even know. It's a huge map. We'll see. I know it's going to set a good footprint for later. It's going to be really cool. You guys be sure to remember, like, your gold, your wealth, because ancestors can pass on wealth that can be utilized by their descendants later. And then other stuff too.
Hoard as much as possible.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
it's good to spend it too, but if you find it, pick it up. Don't think it's worthless since you're going to be entombed. Does that make sense?
Right. So what we want to do is we want to go into a village.
When you're later, yeah, maybe you want to go loot the village. Yes, Eric. Yes. If that fits your alignment and you think that it's fitting, you might want to go rob the village. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, not
So
not-
in game terms, what it's going to be like is we're going to end up rolling another set of characters and playing this other campaign that happens 2,000 years later, and you're going to do things like, you'll be like, I call upon the power of Haedrig to use his experience with the magical axe +1 or whatever to gain a bonus on my current attacks, things like that. But wealth is one of the things that could be inherited, but extraordinary high ability scores is another one. And just the footsteps that you have trod through the fog of war that you're hacking out on the map also will apply to the later game when sands cover this entire area. Wow. Yeah. So Irritex, you lower Adrian down to the bottom. And how about yourself? Adrian, you can picture yourself lowering down, just token.
How about myself?
Yeah, you've left yourself at the top. Are you just going to risk climbing down with a 25% chance each 10 feet section and take the damage if you lose it?
How about this? The dwarf, he's tending to Ilk's wounds. You see, Adrian come down. He yells up, "Tie it to him, rock, and come down that way!"
Okay, I guess what ends up happening is you lose that section of rope, or you have to leave it attached there. But
Well,
you
no,
could-
the rogue could just. Right?
Tell us what the rope can do, Eric.
No, like, okay, we attach rope to something. I try and climb down without killing myself, hopefully. Then rogue climbs back up, unlashes the rope, packs it in a bag, and then comes down.
You want the thief to climb back up the cliff just to retrieve the rope. Gotcha.
But ropes
Even with the rope gives you a increased chance of climbing down, but it doesn't guarantee your success in climbing down by yourself. So you attach the rope at the top and try to rappel down. You have a 5% bonus for being a rainforest survivalist, and you have a 10% bonus from the rope. So
Right.
a total of 15% bonus over your normal 20% gives you 35% chance, and you have to roll it 3 times.
Dash.
Well, you can roll it once, and if you fail, you won't have to roll it twice more.
That's you said.
So 35% chance of not falling in the first section. You're only first level guy. It's a tough cliff. So, and unless you have any other proficiencies that would add to, like rope use or climbing.
I don't think so.
Okay, I gave you bonuses for the ones you had then, so 35 is fair.
Rollerino.
All right. Yeah.
I know it seems unlikely that you'll make it down without damage. Chances are you're going to fall at some point. Hopefully you fall when you're low on the cliff rather than when you're high on the cliff. So the damage is less as you go down.
So a 74. That's top. 34.
That is a fail. So you tumble.
That's a fail. Okay.
Yeah, 3d6 minus 3 points of damage. 3d6 minus 3. So could be 0 damage or it could be quite a bit. You gonna roll it? Okay.
Meh. Okay.
Wow, good roll for yourself. So you take 6 points of damage tumbling down the cliff, and you basically land, feet first. Stand up and shake it off, and you're back with the party.
Ouch.
Oops, that was the wrong button. No.
Adrian, are you coming down?
I came down already.
Oh, your token just doesn't look down. Very good, guys. We got 25 minutes left to go. I can't say that you would probably, beat the Knoll Cave or the Kobold Cave or the Dog Folk Cavern on today, but maybe you could advance a little bit more and either have another encounter or find it. You got some XP for making your way as a party cooperatively down the cliff. Takesha used her alchemy skills and gathered some herbs, and that was worth some more XP and was totally cool. If you guys need to do any healing, you can talk to your cleric, the dwarf Haedrig. And we are hoping to play for 25 more minutes, but some people sometimes have to leave early, like Eric might have to leave early. So if you do have to go, man, cheerio. You can just say cheers in the chat to everybody if you have to.
Gotta eat the rest of the dogs.
But I want to play for 25 more minutes. It took us a long time to get started today, and I'm excited to use our time as much as we can. So we did the dogs, we did the cliff, and now which way do you guys have a hankering to go? We'll say it's still the evening. It's not necessarily quite time that you have to set up a camp yet.
So I see a cliff here and a cliff here. I want to go this where there is no cliff.
That sounds like a solid plan to me.
Right?
Let's be cliffless.
Gotcha. Okay, that's actually an intelligent choice. No problem with that. A huge cliff remains to your right as you pass through some sort of a garden. Nice little cabbage garden, rows of cabbage and things.
So,
okay,
there must be a proper way to get that.
You see a house nearby, to the east.
Is a house made out of cabbage?
It is not made out of cabbage. I'm not sure those are cabbage either, actually, because they're also growing right in front of their front door. But I don't know.
They look like space invaders.
That's actually true.
Okay, you guys can wander through that section, I guess.
What does the sign say?
All right, let me check and see if I know what that sign says. Gotta zoom way out to get an idea.
It says beer 30.
I don't know what that sign says right now, Lex. I'm not sure. The sign says, "Stay out of the cabbages."
So these are actual cabbages.
Yeah, I think there's some cabbages and some other vegetables growing in this area. This is a very garden-y area. Might be kind of a community garden area, the way it's like sort of walled off in different sections. Plus, remember the map is representative more than literal. All right, this is awesome. This is great. You guys are doing enough map exploring that you get into the area of me rolling for encounters and things. So who's that up there at the north? Is that Irritex?
Broman.
Bowman's up there near the edge of the woods. Okay.
You want me to stand back here?
Yeah, that was good. That was a good position.
Okay. Moving, guys.
You hear a. I wish I could imitate.
It's a Pokemon.
You hear a bird, some kind of a loud bird in the woods, cawing, and then you also hear something.
I toss my meat aside and prepare my weapon.
You toss your meat for a little while.
Yeah,
We're trying to do this D&D combat situation. Don't toss right now. Okay, you what? You throw some meat into the forest so as to attract the bird.
No, not really. I'm holding it and it's in the way because it's a large dog carcass.
Okay.
So
probably you're holding it out like bait, kind of. Are you
no?
You're like
no. He was just carrying it around like a top, and he's
just carrying it
because he's done.
He's throwing it away.
Well, there's obviously something here who's fast and loud.
He wants to repair his weapons.
Carrying it is not the smartest thing to do. So
okay, so you drop the dog carcass.
Yes.
And you hear a scree of some large bird from the woods, and you also hear some kind of scratching. Scratching would be the best word for it. Scratching on wood.
So prepare weapons.
I know the innuendo is just like hard to avoid, especially with like Jesse here because he gets in that mind frame. I watched the replay from last week. It was really funny. I caught a lot of you guys' jokes and quips and stuff that I don't even notice when we're gaming. I mean, I admit, like, I'm concentrating on trying to DM and stuff, and I just kind of take most things seriously and overlook a lot of
trying to make your advertising feed more entertaining.
Right? That's totally fine. Irritex, do you want to go into the woods and pursue the source of these sounds, or call out to the party, or just retreat from the wood line and rejoin the party in their traversal through the maze of community gardens at the edge of the desert? You see that you can tell the desert winds blow from the south, and this is the first fertile green ground right here. Everything, quadrant to the south of this is that large desert. Okay. Broman, sneak off into the woods, Lizard Man. You're very much of a loner character sometimes. Like you just disappear on your own and go for long walks and stuff.
Well, yes, but this thing seems dangerous, and I think I twisted my ankle before. So coming
down the mountain, right?
I would probably part. I don't know if been.
All right. You rejoin the party because of already being damaged from the fall down the mountain. The party still has about 15 minutes to play, so they approach. You see that there is some sort of an inn over here, Lex.
Oh shit!
It's a big building.
We shall boldly stride to the front door.
All right. There's a cliff, below you there, and you can tell that if you were to go down that cliff or find a convenient ramp to safely walk down somewhere, you would be starting to get
away from the edge of the cliff then.
But yeah, at this moment, we're not going to do the cliff. We're going to do this inn, and that causes me to search through my pages and find this inn, which I didn't have ready because I had no idea you guys would sandbox your way here. But I mean, it's sort of ready. It's more ready than you would expect.
So, if we have come, just shove.
I think it's this one. What's your question, Eric? Sorry.
But in com, greatest thing to do now is just push them off the edge.
Well, if we happen to encounter something here.
There's no one to push. Just go into the inn and buy an ale, Lizard.
Did we lose our dog?
I
He's
believe
having
our
technical
pup.
issues.
I'm here, but I'm having bad connection issues.
I just didn't see him.
Can you guys not hear me?
Yeah,
we
I can hear you. Yes, yes.
I tried a couple times before, and it just keeps going in and out. Sorry.
Sure. Maybe we should rest at the inn. You two took quite a bad tumble down that cliff face.
Does sound like a reasonable idea to me. Plus, I need a bath. I'm covered in dog
Oh
blood.
god, that one's
Finding the enjoyment of these herbs to be quite pleasant. It's like some place to sit and perhaps look at a fire.
Oh, I've got some more. She offers you a handful of them. You can chew them. You can smoke them. Chewing them's the best.
Chewing them seemed to be the most efficacious for relieving my discomfort. How do I know that word? The herbs are quite good.
I'm working on maps. I guess it's this one. This place again will be populated with some NPCs and more than I have mapped out, so feel free to help with them. Lex. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing in Roll20.
I have a ton of NPCs ready.
So this is a tavern and inn that is on the edge of the desert, and I think it's called the Desert Squirrel. Oh god. I have so many maps, I'm losing things. Oh god. Hold on, I lost the squirrel map now. Ah, there it is. I gotta move it to where I want it. Moving it slowly to where I need it to be. It's gonna be an inn and a tavern with a stage. In case there's any bards in the party.
Well, we lost the bard too. Where's Pancho?
Lost the map.
I did lose a few. It's true.
I guess basically where we will pay.
Sorry for the holdup, guys. It's the Roll20 issue right here.
All right.
It's okay.
I've opened the door, I'm sure.
I
Every
think
time
I'm
I try to
gonna
do that-
say get up. Roll today, sorry.
It's on the left.
So it's been fun. It's been fun, guys. I'm departing a bit early.
Have a good night, Eric.
Cheers, Eric.
Yep.
See you tomorrow.
Don't
You
burn
can
yourself on the laptop.
Next week.
Wait. Now someone said see you tomorrow, and then someone said
Yes, we were making the game mandatory every day of the week now. So tomorrow.
Yep.
oh, we do.
Tomorrow.
No.
Yeah,
Also-
every day.
Okay, I'll be here.
Yeah, you should be here tomorrow, though. Work on your laptop.
Yes, I'll be here tomorrow.
If you get some canned air, right, you can just blow in the slot in the back of the laptop every like 10 minutes, and it will cool it off.
Yeah, that would help.
Couldn't they just set up like a fan to do that?
They could, but I mean,
Yeah,
do
or you can get
have
one of those cooling pad things.
So
Or you
So
could just
don't-
stick it in the freezer.
get a tub of mineral oil.
Yeah, just put it in the fridge, man. It's not going to do anything wrong. Or just go
Right.
sit outside during winter.
But
Well,
it's summer.
Yeah. Well, either way, for today.
Have a good night, Eric.
See you later,
Later,
man.
guys. Bye bye.
Cheers.
All right.
Good night, good night.
So Lizard Man is off to the side, and that's fine. He can just be in this inn for now. And we've only got like 10 minutes. I mean, it's pretty much the inn, but let's situate you guys somewhere in this inn for the end of today's adventure. And we'll be able to pick up with this adventure in next week's episode.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
All right.
That is
So
fun.
you've made it to an inn. You start to meet people here. Lex may be able to tell you one or two of the people. Mainly I don't. I'd say probably we'll let's take a few minutes and just hang out and say goodnight and do sign off and stuff like that. Not enough time for any fights or anything today. But if you guys want to get into any initial actions while you're here, like Takesha likes to do some thieving and things, that's fine too. There is definitely a barkeep here named Jacques, and there are more patrons than I have represented on the map. I didn't put a token for everyone. There's a few more people here than this. Many of the people, as you do your rumor gathering and drinking, speak of the encroachment of the desert coming up this way. That this place used to be, a fertile agricultural land, and now it's the desert winds are blowing in hot and dry from the south.
Well, you have displeased the gods. What did you expect?
Okay, which gods?
The ones that are making the land unfertile.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's a good call. How
How am I supposed to know your gods? I'm not from this land.
Dork.
Well, is there anything you can do to have your gods maybe come up here and
Their gods are even worse.
My
Yeah,
gods
they're-
are busy taking care of my own people. Ooh, a menu.
None of those prices are good for me. I only possess one gold piece for all of your food items.
That is hilarious.
Pickled grouse.
That is so funny, Silk. I hope my rule is not a terrible rule. If that takes away from the immersion for you, you can
I
spend
want-
the copper pieces.
I would like to have the boiled goose, wheat bread, and tankard of stout. Stat. I say at random to whomever who looks like they might be like somebody working at the bar.
Jacques, the bartender, would definitely serve that to you. There is also
But I'm not going to the bar. I'm just sitting at a table and just
Sure.
saying it. 'Cause,
sure. I didn't work out any servers for this bar, but I think they would have some.
I was actually just expecting one of the party members to go up and buy it for me.
Oh,
So it's-
okay, that's
But
cool.
I was just like, I'm just sitting at the table, like, man, you know what, dude? I would really like to have that boiled goose. That sounds pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's my dates do that. I get that.
Yeah. You know,
If
how
I
it
hear
is.
them say, boiled goose sounds good, then I'm supposed to say, bartender, bring the boiled goose.
Yeah, bartender.
No,
serve
you're
me
supposed to
boiled
say, I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
goose. What's the number for Uber?
But
Oh my gosh.
you thought I was paying for this? We're going Dutch.
So here's how I feel about the adventure. Anything left is role play in this particular inn on this day. I feel like you guys are well set. Like we the whole party's together. We know where we're going. We're trying to get this dwarven axe. You're out in the hinterlands. You've made it to the safety of an inn. You're seeing quite a bit of the map.
Nice.
So we know what mission we're on. So we should be good for a quick start next week. No issues with tokens now. I may the 3 people whose tokens got messed up, I may just keep using these tokens that are on my account.
It's
Like
fine.
whatever. I think it had to do with, I don't know, I captured an error log to try and figure it out, but I think it had to do with there were ones that were uploaded on someone else's account and stuff. Maybe I can get the original pictures, upload them on my account, and reconfigure the tokens again. So Lex, I might have to get those from you.
Yeah,
All right,
I can give you an NPC list.
Going around the table, what did everybody think about the game? What can we do better other than just having our tech stuff work reliably? And that includes like Roll20 lag or personal computer issue, overheat issues or whatever. But other than that, what do you like or what should we do better? What's your thoughts? And also say your real name or your personal credit and any shout outs that you want. And your character name. So like I'm Gold and I'm playing the Dungeon Master in this. My shout outs is to my players who are awesome and to our collective streams on Twitch TV and YouTube and Twitter. So try and check all of us out. D Gold on there. We've got Lex Plays Unpopular Games and Rainbow Silks in the crew too. So go around and have farewells from others until next week, and we'll play a longer adventure game next week, same time slot, but less time devoted to technical glitches and more getting straight into the adventure, hopefully. So as soon as Solid arrives, we'll start back into the dwarf adventure right here in this inn next week. And I've got the time in between to kind of like do some prep and throw some more monsters and stuff on there. So today's monster was Goblin Dogs, and some of them were eaten by our barbaric lizard man PC. So at least there was a battle. I'm happy with that. There was definitely RP, and there was definitely map exploring. So those are the three components that I want to have every week. I just want to have a greater percentage of time devoted to those fun elements and less on the tech struggle. But something I really appreciate is you guys like having fun and banter and talking about AD&D and stuff while I was troubleshooting some stuff. So it kept it at least an interesting podcast. And, you know, everybody entertained and engaged. I like you guys all a lot. It's a really good group we got together. It's my handpicked people that I would want to play D&D on the internet with. So, Jesse, can you introduce yourself and your character and say anything you want about how we can make the streams better?
I'm Jesse. I play the stuck-up Adrian, who is covered in blood, unfortunately, at the moment, and is going to be hunting down a bath shortly. Really, the only thing that needs to improve is just a technical crap. Just get Roll20's act in order, and we're good to go.
Yeah, man. Hit me up with messages throughout the week whenever you think about it, Jesse. You know, just tumble over some stuff in your mind about like the.
I mean, my only thought is maybe
brand
make the
name
map
and-
smaller or something.
Yeah,
Just seems to
yeah.
choke.
Yep, I need to probably delete some resources on them. Well, I want to do everything I can to not make them smaller, like reduce other resources that are on the page. But if necessary, make them smaller. I agree.
I have no idea how it
Sad
works. But it
times.
seems to be.
I'm
pretty
gonna
cranky for some
jump in and say goodbye because I got some things to do. So Solid, I play Haedrig the dwarf, and yeah, I know it's just technical stuff, which is a pain in the butt, but that's all.
Yeah.
So you guys have a
Solid.
good night.
Thanks for
I'll-
bringing, you know,
Yeah.
humor and levity and memes to it and everything, Solid, to keep us light and keep us going.
Of course, we have to have meme. Meme is life. Life is meme.
And fan service.
And fan service.
The spice must flow.
Spice. Lex?
Hello.
Thanks, Solid. Thanks, Jesse. Who are you?
Who am I? I don't even know
Yes.
who I am. So I'm Lex. I am playing Takesha, depending on which name she wants to give to the party any given week. She's our resident Lady of Fortune, otherwise known as the Thief. But she doesn't like the term thief, and she's actually got quite a good moral compass, which is odd. What can we do to improve the stream? Well, technical difficulties are what they are, so that just is what it is. I think maybe what could we do? Some of us could be a bit more forthright in what we're doing, sort of like take our actions and stuff. I reckon as well, and it's not criticism, so pinch of salt, but I think sometimes, Gold, you need to show, don't tell, because I know you're super excited to get us into our thing, and I found that when I was DMing, I was like, I need you guys to get there, this is going to be awesome. But if you just go like, you guys should probably go west, you don't necessarily have to describe what we'll find. Maybe leave a little bit of mystery for us. But I get it, because I get super hyped when I'm DMing. I'm just like, I need these guys to go through the door. Go through the door, it's going to be cool. But to be honest, I'm perfectly happy. This is the best game of D&D I've played in a very, very long time.
No, I love the constructive criticism. I really like that. Totally open to that. I think I take that pretty well. So I'll take that on board, but I think that's good content for our stream as well. It's just, you know, we're all trying to learn together.
Yeah.
So that'll definitely help me. So I'll work on that area. And yeah, like you were just as you were gently describing it, that's kind of something that goes against my natural nature to be very verbose and stuff and to get very excited. So yeah. Chris?
I am Chris. I play Havarti the Mutt. Not so sure of our lizard man guy at the moment, so keeping a watchful eye on him, and he's having second thoughts about why we're instructed to follow this party. He thinks it has a good chance of getting him killed, but they were
Yep.
orders, so he's doing it.
Yep. Wow. So because orders from the order?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what orders are you kind of operating under? Just like Shadow Takesha and make sure everything's all good, or something greater? Or?
I think it's just through word of mouth within the town.
Cat sitting, maybe? You're
About-
considered a cat sitter?
No, I think within the Drunken Knights, Q seems to talk a bit more and more about his empire and kingdom and wanting to get it back, and it's just something Order wants to keep an eye on as far as what it is. And
Oh, wow. That is awesome. That is awesome. So they've got a dog agent out there keeping an eye on the deposed king from the Northern Islands. And that brings us to Ku. King Ku is played by Rainbow Silks.
Hey, folks. Rainbow Silks, I had that sweet Twitch stream that you may have checked out. I am playing Ku, deposed king of the island kingdom of Mulatara. So good times there. But I assure you, friends of the throne, we'll remember all of you who support us on our bid to reclaim it. And we'll punish those who stood in our way. I generally speaking, from the how the stream could be better perspective, obviously there's parts of it that we can't control because we're playing from around the world and everybody's connections, and it's just the inherent nature of technical stuff. So, I don't know that we can fix that too much, but I will say this: if your webcam is broken, you could fix it or get a new one.
Great burn. Sick burn. No, I totally agree.
Sweet
Yeah,
burns.
get cams, everybody, because it looks awesome. But sometimes we have cams and they just drop out for different reasons. But
So here's the thing I'll just say about that. The cam I'm using right now, I will available as to send to somebody if they don't have one in about a month, because I'll have a new cam then. So.
Okay. But also tell us which one you're going to recommend.
So what I'm buying is the C922 from Logitech, which is the upgraded version of what I have right now. What I have right now is the C920, which can broadcast in 1080p at 30 FPS or 720p and 60 FPS. So the 922 can do 60 FPS at 1080p. So that's the one I'll be going to. And it has built-in green screen technology. So there's an auto green screen.
Yeah, I've seen that advertised. So you don't even have to use a green screen. I'm very interested in that. So I'm interested in both your recommended camera, but also your used cam that you might get rid of. I mean, I bet somebody here in our group could, pay you a fair market price to get that and have an upgrade. I would consider it.
Well, I'll post it
in the market
in our Discord.
Okay, I'm just using a built-in cam right now, and I would like to get a little more sophisticated cam.
Yeah, it's not bad like this now, right? Because the 922 is like the default model. So this one was the previous iteration. I think you picked them up new for $45 now or so. So it's really reasonable.
Thanks for playing, everybody. I'm so glad we had the full group together again. I'm really inspired by having like a 6-person party and the diversity being across the world and having different countries and